My name's Leanne Kennedy. I'm a Yagal traditional owner and I live and work in the Yagal community. When I was a child growing up, we actually lived with my grandparents. We lived in a tin shack, and the tin shack had about 10 or 12 of us. We then got moved to the local Aboriginal mission, which had an actual home, which had, 4 walls and a roof. The hardships that I witnessed with all of my family members, and it was really disheartening that some days we had absolutely nothing. There were days where there was just no catch, no food. We'd have to go worming for 5 hours to then go down to get flour and to get bread. I don't want to have that struggle for my kids. I want to make sure they get the front foot. For purchasing a home came off the back of conversations with friends. That isn't a conversation that you would have in our home. Then with your non-Indigenous friends, it came up with, you can actually own your own home instead of paying rent. That really hit home, that I was paying off someone else's house and not my own. So then that became the inspiration. So some of the things I wish I knew prior to purchasing a home is, where do I go to get the finances? We're not a household that has bank loans or credit cards and all of this world. It's not our world. And budget, like what's budget? I don't know anyone like in our family that knows budget. No idea. You got your money, you spent it. That whole real estate terminology is just not in our forefront, and it never will be. Conveyancing, and what is a conveyancer? What does that do? How does that work? All of those things that are a full package of purchasing a home. So that was a challenge. And then IBA, Indigenous Business Australia, came along. That was my first way to ensure that I had information. So for me, it was like, I can do this. And you get happy. You get like a sense of overjoyed that this could work. It's not unachievable. There's all of those big things that you actually go at night and you're not tossing and turning with stress. You're actually going, oh, I feel a bit light. This is a possibility. This feels great. I'm extremely happy that I bought my house. The most exciting thing was that I owned something. I worked really hard to own something, to actually stand out the front and look at it and go, this is mine. It was rewarding. It was beautiful. It was just that groundedness that you need, that I can do whatever I like. Now that I've got my own home and I've got more responsibility, I actually utilise a budget, which is the IBA app, that is really, really well done, because now I can actually put in the amount of money that I'm expected to utilise each fortnight, like I actually fortnightly budget, which I've never done before, which then enables me to then feel a sense of relief, less stress, less burden around feeling that I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul anymore, because I know how to do it. Just because I own my own home, it does not mean that I'm not similar to everybody else. You will still have extended mob, you'll still have the craziness, you'll still have the loudness, you'll still have family, you'll still have mob. All of that does not change. What changes is that internally, and you will feel a spiritually free person, that you actually have sense of ownership. You have sense of responsibility to pass on and learn within yourself, and then spread that out to the mob and say, like, you know what, it can happen. You can even have your own mob over to your new housewarming for when you get your new home. That's how deadly it'll be.